4318190, SF4.317, MCL 175826.17, Court of Procedure 106, Application, Exclusionary Rules or Matters Analysis. Military Evidence, Procedure, Code of Conduct, Executive Orders, in the view of the state, procedural models, what we're moving against Beryl Howell, Michael Hayden, Jerome Powell, Vladimir Vilic, and Marcus Milley. In the view of Yaryush Singhal, Khalad Kalani, Mohammed Al-Asa Al-Sawari, Hadullah Hezmet Mohammed, Ashul Singhal, and the view of Josh Wu, Kim Jong-un. This would be our present day challenge in LG. LG v. Koala, based on the movement against the state. These are the individuals. 412.62 compared to anthrax. Procedure, date and back. Executive Code of Conduct. Joseph Robin. Section pursuant to Section 202 of the NEA 50 U.S.C. 1622. Termination of the national emergency is declared in Executive Order 12808, May 30th, 1992. Kosovo, Yugoslavia. Executive Order 13088. Executive Order in effect 11918. 1998 show that Serbia. May the uses of nuke Serbia show the same geographical location in Chernobyl to the questions to Vladimir Zelensky. Based on London. It shall not affect any action taken or proceeding pending not finally concluded or determined as of the effective date of this order, or any action proceeding based on any acts committed prior to such date, or any rights or duties that matured penalties that were incurred prior to such date, pursuant to Section 207 of IEEPA 50 U.S.C. 1706. I hereby determine that the Constitution of prohibitions with regard to transaction involving any property blocked pursuant to Executive Order 12808 or 1388 that continues to be blocked as of effective date of this order is necessary. May that be in Ashcroft v. Iroquois Citizens United v. Pence Trump, or the challenge in Wolf Acting Secretary v. the U.S. We're justifying it in view of the state Executive Order 11718. The claim that continues to be locked as the effective date is necessary on account of claims involving a successor state to the former Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia or other potential claimants. The other potential claimants would be the King of Macedonia. May this be harboring wonderment based on designation and defying it based on bloodline. The annex to Executive Order, may we show the Kim Jong-un invasion tape in an SQL query HTML Java feed showing that he's never watched it as a video. Kevin James McCarthy, Morning Executive Orders. In the view of the state, James Michael Hayden, Vladimir Vilic, Jerome Powell, Marcus Milley, Merrick Garland. I move in the view of Yaryush Singhal against the state. You say the proper Secretary of North Korea reporting for duty, 45th Administration. Trump v. the Water Resource Board, New York Pistol and Rifle v. the U.S. Boyd v. Thayer, the annex of Executive Order 13219 of June 6, 2001. George Robin Bush, Jr., when you fail to identify this based on breezeshire, may this be the notation. May we move against this in the wonderment of the state. May I have quoted how to make an atomic thermonuclear warhead and then sold it in view of design based on failure of the IPO. Section 1A and 1B of the Executive Order 13219 are revised as read as follows. Section 1. Except as the extent provided in Section 2OB 1, 3, and 4 of IEEPA 50 U.S.C. 17OB 1, 3, and 4, the Trade Sanctions Reform and Export Enhancement Act of 2000, Plutonium Enrichment, Gold Standard, Weapons Development Standard Application Procedure. This would be in compliance at the time. We're invoking Section 4, new Section 7-8 are ordered under Executive Order 13219, Executive Order 13652, 658, 17317, and 11602, and 11608 in procedure. In compliance, to have actively obscured or pose a significant risk of actively obstruction the overridden framework agreement of 01 related to Macedonia, United Nations Security Council Resolution 1244, invoked under 8206, 8658, and 71269, roll call in Niger. May this be his tax returns. UN Security Resolution 1244 relating to Kosovo, or the date in accords, or the conclusions of the Peace Implementation Conference held in London on December 8th and 9th, 1995, including the decisions or conclusions of the High Representative of the Peace Implementation Council or its steering board relating to Bosnia and Herzegovina, or to have materially assisted in, sponsored, or provided financial, material, or technological support for or goods or services support of such acts, violence, obstruction, or any person listed or designated pursuant to this order. Pursuant to this order would be that of Theodore Roosevelt. Herzegovina be what you'd wonder is Dubai to Kyrgyzstan, based on the time and TDR, based on what was wondered by Lenin. Oh, the question with the Putin and the hypersonics, Joseph Robin Biden, 46. Berril Howell, I hereby determine that making of donations of the type specified in Section 203B2 of the IEEPA 50 U.S.C. 1702B2, or by persons determined to be subject to the sanction imposed under this order. Berril Howell, 4318190, Gerald Alford's great-grandson, don't understand Lord von Bitten. The invading party of the Republic of the United States and the cabinet members of the agent. And sanctions imposed under this order will seriously impair the ability to deal with national emergencies declared in this order. National emergencies, the uses of atomic weapon. Zadullah Hadullah Hazmat Mohammed Aman Kahani, Mohammed Ali Kawari, Ayush Symbol Kim Jong-un, Yang Moon, Josh Wu, in the view of Vladimir Zelensky, the failure to sit down with James DuPont Vance by any agent of the United States, Justin Trudeau. We wouldn't ask these questions to the state. In the view of the state, Mr. Stoltenberg, Admiral Vernonich, in the view of the emergencies, as it is identified, the Secretary of Treasury in the consultation with the Secretary of State, can we show that in view of the Speaker that neither of the Secretary of the Treasury or the Secretary of the State has watched the invasion video based on SQL? Marcus Milley, would this be testimony differences and questions to Kevin James McCarthy? Is issuance of this order the circumstances no longer warrant inclusions of the persons in the annex of this order, and that such person is therefore no longer covered within the scope of the same set forth therein? Such determination shall become effective upon publication of the Federal Register. Well, those would be the questions that would be wondered Joseph Robbins and his personal, based on questions to family of other presidencies. Please Joe Bo went to Western and that his daughter from the other marriage where she lives, and we don't understand hanging out with even president's kids. I've been to parties with more than one president's kids. When it's the kids and the grandkids. If we are challenging by Serbia and Montenegro, I turn to terminate the national emergencies declared in those orders and review all related orders. Executive Order 12.810, 12.831, 12.846, 12.934, 13.1212, 13.192, and justify the overt framework agreement of 01 related to Macedonia United Nations Security Council Resolution 1244 relating to Kosovo. May we ask, indicted by the International Criminal Tribunal for former Yugoslavia, national emergency described and declared in the Executive Order 1312-9, may this be the wonderment between the wonderment of an atomic isothermic, or more appropriately, the 412.62. By Yosha Singal, may we move against the state as questions. Police poll in Korean, Arabic, Hindi, French, and Spanish if there's been an apology or the SQL query feed. You'd be able to show this in present-day application in computer IT networks.